everyone. Welcome to Dune Talk.
Oh my God, you needed to do that, right?
Oh, that's what I named it.
Welcome. Yeah, no, I know. Welcome everyone. This is Toon Talk 2.0. Today we're Dune Talk. Of course, it's been going around, but we have a special thing. We have a weird argument here. As everybody knows, I got two. And the people that are looking, I want you to look at this. Are you ready? Nemesis. One is what is the guy that sings reggaeton that I don't care but everybody cares about?
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I totally forgot his name. That's how much I care. And my second nemesis is I hate this part of. If we were in the 90s, I got the perfect name. But Charlemagne, Timmy, little Timmy, those are my two nemesis. So when
Little
they
Tim.
told me gotta watch a movie. Which one? Dune. I go like, hey, you know what? I know that the old version. I think I saw it. I was really, really young. Probably watch it in a, VHS. I barely remember. Sting is on it. It's a great. I can watch it. But then they told me Little Timmy's in the new version. First of all, you know how I feel about reruns. They need to be exquisite, and I know this one is great
I
for
was
me.
gonna
For
say
me to
this
like it.
this one's pretty exquisite.
I know, no, no. I mean, I'll be honest. My co-host and partner told me you got to watch it as a good boss, and as a good rebel I start watching and I make 10 minutes when I just pass out. So today the
I'm gonna
cast,
be I'm gonna be selling him on Dune.
and I'm gonna be the worst jerk, so that I'm gonna be opposing to every opinion. However, for everyone that follow us, this is a normal matter. He's the reason I'm the jerk. But go on, sell me a freaking Dune.
Okay, so I will sell you on Dune by first recounting my exposure to Dune. So I
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
what?
Oh, I started snoring. You missed
Ha
it.
ha 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 ha.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm not like I wouldn't consider myself a huge sci-fi fan. I like the big ones. I love Star Trek. I like Star Wars. And that's pretty much that's not pretty much it, but yeah, you have a question.
Yeah, I raised the hands for the people that are there listening. He likes the big ones. Sorry, go ahead.
What can I say? Mr. Spock has nice ears.
Of course, we're talking about the big ones. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. But so I have passing knowledge of some of the other sci-fi, properties, the big ones at least. But like for example, I don't care for Doctor Who. I tried to watch
do,
it.
do, do your laugh again, please. I love it. All right.
So I knew about I kind of sort I knew that Dune was like a book and they made a movie that I had never seen. So I didn't I had no real desire to watch. Although even though I did see the trailer, I'm like, wow, that looks visually that looks visually
Yeah,
really cool. But I had no desire to watch it per se. Um, However, I went out on a date and I was like, I feel like going to the movies. She was like, oh, we should go see Dune. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. It looks decent. I'll see it.
I knew it
I,
was a woman's fault.
yeah, yeah. Well, fun fact, she fell asleep in the theater.
Oh, I thought, fun fact, it wasn't a woman.
No, it was a woman. But, um, I loved the first part. Now, to be fair, the first one does kind of drag, I would say, the last third of the movie. It drags. But after having seen part two, I understand why they did, although they could have cut some of it out. They really could have. Part two is way better, and part one's really good, so I'm not shitting on the first one. I totally understand why they made part one the way they did now, because Dune, if you take away anything from Dune, it's a course on how to do world building. Now,
Okay.
one criticism of Dune that a lot of people levy is like, well, yeah, but why did they do this? And
Chalamet.
okay, I will give you that. I think there are other actors that could have done at least as good, if not a better job, but he's not insufferable.
He's well. Let me tell you something. Let's stop there for a second. I hate the guy because they're making us like it. There's talent. I'm not saying that he's not talented, all right? I'm not saying that he's a bad actor. But there's a type of talent in Hollywood that they make you like it.
Yeah,
Uh
it's like me and Robert Pattinson.
yeah, yeah. And what is the name of the actress?
I get it.
Mary Jane?
Oh, Zendaya.
I always say the same about Zendaya. They
You know
want
what?
us to like her.
You know what? Okay, so I will say this in defense of Zendaya. You have to understand, my first exposure to Zendaya was not everyone else's, well, most other people's first exposure. My first exposure to Zendaya was as MJ in the MCU Spider-Man.
Mine
In
too.
in the first movie, I couldn't stand her. In the second movie,
Me
I
neither.
really couldn't stand her, but she was slightly better. In the third movie, however, she was tolerable. And here's the problem though. I was associating Zendaya with a really, really poorly written character. I've seen Zendaya in other things, Dune included, and pretty good. Enjoyed the
But
performance.
again, I'm not saying that they're bad actors. They're really good actors. They pay their dues, they study, they prepare. But they're for a reason. Like I said, there's actors like work hard, get lucky, they show star. There are actors that they give them an opportunity to show the star. And these two, just these two, they want us to like them and they put them together. When I saw who they were right away, the first teaser, because in the opposite side, I knew everything about Dune. I know what the general is about. I've been thinking, I'm pretty sure I was really, really too young when it was out, the original one. So my family remind me that we watch it, right? But I don't have a recollection. But then when I saw the trailer for the first one, I'm going like, oh my, really? There's one thing that I can stand about Charlemagne. Are you ready? Timo, little Timmy, you can
Okay.
stand up straight to make a shot. Not all the shots need to be like this. Look at me.
Okay, that's valid.
Look at this.
But is
I'm,
that
I'm
is that Timothy's fault or is that the director's fault?
no, that's totally Timothy. Because somebody told him that he looks better looking down with his eyes, and he's always. And
I don't
come
know.
on,
I feel like I think in the trailer for Wonka, he's got a couple shot. Although, yeah, you're right. A lot of them are chin down.
a lot. That's his pose. I get it. That's his trademark.
Well, wasn't doesn't he have a modeling background, or am I getting him confused with somebody else?
Oh, I don't know because it doesn't matter to me, the guy. But of course, I see him in the commercials of I think it's Calvin Klein or Louis Vuitton or
I'm
some
pretty
shit
sure.
like that. It's not Calvin Klein. It's Louis Vuitton or Chanel.
Well, but
Chanel.
I'm pretty. He looks like he's done modeling before, and it's
Yeah.
like you said, you can tell he knows how to angle his face. He knows how to position his body to give like an optimum aesthetic. So I get it.
Yeah, but
That
when you drag that to acting, it bothers me. It just bothered me.
I think it depends on the role, but I understand because I'm trying to think. There is another actor that got, and I believe I trying to make sure I'm thinking of the same person.
I can tell you who.
Who?
Johnny Depp.
Oh, there. Yeah.
I mean, Timothy Chalamet is like, oh, Johnny Depp is getting in trouble. And to all, let's bring a kid to
Oh, so
wait 50.
Timothy
Yeah, of
Tim,
course.
yeah. Timothy Chalamet is just Johnny Depp's replacement.
Oh, of course. Wait 25 years. Now does he make sense? What I hate, I don't
Oh
talk bullshit. I actually
wow.
analyze it. You want to see in 25 years he's gonna be Pirates of the Caribbean, the Return of the Black Pearl, and we're gonna see Timothy saying, hello, and everybody's gonna go, great, they're building. If you realize in Hollywood, before we go to Dune and we get back to Dune talk, there's always similarities. If you put a picture of Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall, right? and then you put a picture on today, and you put Robert Redford picture from 20 years ago, the similarities are extremely. There's people in every agency that look for the similarities with different generational, so they don't lose the development because the writer from yesterday is a writer for today. Same producer and casting directors. So every time I see Chalamet, it's like, dude, I already gotta survive one Johnny Depp. Don't bring me a second one.
Okay, but speaking of Brad Pitt, though, and again, I sound like I'm defending Timothy Chalamet. I'm not per se, although I think as far as Dune is concerned, I think he's getting some undue criticism. I haven't watched Wonka. I don't want to watch Wonka.
I'm never gonna watch Wonka. I
Yeah,
can't.
I did see fun fact. I I mean, funny that we're talking about Johnny. I saw the Johnny Depp version. I said I'll never watch another version of Wonka because this was garbage.
I
This was
saw
hot
Johnny Depp
garbage.
and the original one.
The original one all the way. I love the original. But
What is the name of the actor?
oh gee, Gene
Gene. Well, you know
Gene
who
Wilder.
you know who's Gene Wilder uncle is, right?
His uncle? No.
No, no, no. He's the uncle of somebody. Well, keep talking about Dune. I will get you that information. Please do
But
not close your
as
mouth.
like we're talking about Brad Pitt, like Brad Pitt for 20 some odd years was typecast as just the pretty boy, but he can't act. But then now that he's got the chops, but now you go back and watch those movies where everybody said he couldn't act. He absolutely acted. He acted his ass off.
People, but they sell it like that to us.
Oh, I
I,
know.
I,
I know.
I was talking to my sister and told me you just hate it because a pretty small boy. I say no. I really respect Brad Pitt from I start the example of Legends of the Fall, right? That he was like he stopped looking. And Leonardo DiCaprio, I like him since he was a special need kid. It's not the looks, it's just the attitude of well, he wasn't a special needs. I'm talking about the
No,
movie
I
where
know
he's acting.
that's not why I'm laughing. I'm
Okay,
laughing
so
because we have on the average God, this is inappropriate. On the average intelligence podcast, we have
mhm,
this whole running gag now because of a misunderstanding. So, and
okay.
actually, this happened this past week. Sometimes in an episode, there's just a line from a movie or like a stand up or something that somebody said that just makes us laugh. So we just keep repeating it through the whole episode just
Hmm.
because it makes us laugh. Well, one day, I don't even remember how it happened, but some point, just you'll know the sound. The sound where it's just like open your. But here's the thing.
Actually, sorry.
But here's the thing. Eric thought it was from Breaking Bad. I, for some reason, thought it was from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, another Johnny Depp film.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, I
and
actually it's from the TV series Corky.
is it from?
Then life
No,
goes
not.
on, of course. Tin, 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 tin,
Oh no,
tin,
we're
tin.
thinking of different sounds. It's actually from it's from just an internet video from like a doorbell cam, where I guess the guy's
Oh,
about to shit
really?
himself. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh me, your." But I thought it was from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, so I kept going, "Open your door, Gilbert." And
That's
then Eric,
funny.
but then Eric hit me with a could drown, Gilbert, and I lost my shit. I absolutely
Uh,
lost my shit.
we're all justified to lose your shit like that.
Oh, we're
I'm
assholes, but so
oh yeah,
that's
but
why I'm
we love
laughing.
you like that. That's great. So I'm just gonna tell you who Gene Wilder is uncle of. Are you ready?
Uh huh.
First, tell me, did you like The Bear? Did you finish the first season of The Bear?
Not yet. Oh, is he
Well,
Jeremy?
Jeremy,
Oh, fuck! He's Jeremy Allen White's uncle, isn't he?
and not a lot of people know make that connection. They looked
Oh, I
alike.
see. Yeah, I see it now.
As soon as I say it, they were like, "Really? Like this is my job, people.
They
I
have the
actually
same
know
face
things."
and hair.
Yeah, but it's better looking. Uh, the hair is not as curly as Uncle Gene, but
Oh,
I'm gonna call Uncle Gene.
you know that was some what do they call it? Curling activator.
Nepotism.
Oh, he could totally play. He could play Gene Wilder in a biopic easy.
And you know what? I feel bad because he's supposed to do Wonka. He will be perfect for Wonka. Why? My uncle did it. He wouldn't, but I don't want to bore everyone, but it's so many politics in Hollywood that you can be the best actor in the world. And if you don't have the right agent and the agency doesn't have the right rights for that movie, and you will never get the role.
Yeah. Oh
because the
man.
casting agent will work with that agencies. Now, going back to Dune Talk, that I hate to call our name like that, but
Oh,
it's okay. It's creative.
if you hate it now, wait till I bring up how
Oh,
Star Wars completely ripped it off.
oh
George he
who,
George Lucas ripped
who?
Dune off hardcore, dude.
Okay, well, hold on a second. First of all, George Lucas is a great adaptator, and everything that he's done is adapt everything to his own benefits. So good that even he ripped little Mickey Mouse from a lot of billions, right? Just to keep doing exactly the same because he fucked it up for the second time. We all know that. I tried to watch episode one again. Man,
You know what? What's funny? Not to get off topic, but I think I figured out what episode one's problem is.
Jar Jar Binks and
Well,
Liam Nelson.
Jar Jar's part of it. I liked Liam Neeson in that movie, but Jar Jar's
No, because
part
he
of
got a special set of skills and he never used it the right way.
he didn't yet. He had to join the living force first, but and then he got a daisy in his ass in A Million Ways to Die in the West. But which just the fact that that's Liam Neeson in that movie is oh my god. Anyway, so I think episode one's problem is it is trying to do two things at once. And it's not doing either one exceptionally well, but there's not enough movie to so it's trying to be political intrigue to keep the people that were kids when the first trilogy came out to get them interested, but it's also got the Jar Jar to be this generation's Ewok, basically.
Actually, I think that's a mistake, my dear friend. He's trying to be C3PO generation.
Maybe that they're trying to make Jar Jar the kid's character, but kids got bored with the politics, and adults thought Jar Jar was stupid. So nobody. Now, what saved it was the lightsaber duel at the end.
Yes, but that's a Star Wars. A Star Wars always tension, unknown politics, an important character die at the end. That's
Yeah,
Star Wars.
yeah. Now the thing is, as I got older, I actually liked the political story because it also comes more into play in episode two.
But even so, in episode two is better, but episode one is so bad, man. It's like I haven't seen him in a long time, and I'm always trying to. I hate when people says I don't like it. It's bad without reason. And suddenly I start watching and like I'm so agreed that it's the worst movie of everything in Star Wars. Of everything that ever was released.
No,
I
not
think
ever.
that the
Did you see the Last Jedi?
yeah, of course I see everything. But I think that is even worse than the special Christmas edition of the Ewoks.
Now you're just
Imagine that's
lying.
no, no, come on. The special. Have you seen that special? It's in Disney Plus. It's really bad. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic. I don't want to be the asshole that takes Star Wars over Dunes, of course. But please tell me what I need to watch a movie for 2 hours and 5 minutes, then drive to the movie theater for 10, and spend 2.5 more hours of my life in Timothy Chalamet.
Because Dune Part 2 is worth I will admit Dune Part 1 may be a bit of a slug for some people. It wasn't for me, but I like those kinds of movies and I know that. So, like one of my favorite movies of all time is the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven that's almost 4 hours long. But it's way better than the theatrical cut. Anyway, but you have to see Part 1 for Part 2 to make sense and Part 2 is fucking incredible. Part
So
2
from 1 to 10, you're saying fucking incredible. Well, that would be 11.
only because I there's only been like two or three movies that I would rate 10. It's a solid 9.5.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm
Because I
just gonna
mean,
ask you something.
yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do a spoiler alert for the
Oh,
2,000 people.
I already spoiler alerted.
Okay, so okay, you spoiler alerted. The only way that you convince me to watch it tonight and then run to the other one is that you guarantee that I'm gonna see Timothy Chalamet suffer like an
You will.
episode of.
You actually
Thank
will.
you, thank you. I'm in.
A
I just want
couple
to
of
see him
times
suffer.
actually. Hey, okay, so here's the thing. You like Star Wars? Oscar Isaac's in this movie in the first one.
Yeah, no, I know. I actually I watch it till the biggest speech of we always come to the call. We are the blah 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 family. I go, I gotta go to the bank.
House Atreides, yeah. But you got to understand too. So I came into this cold. I had no prior knowledge of Dune whatsoever, and the thing that still irks me about it is how they have a lot of these really exotic, because it's in an alternate universe, right? They have all these really exotic sounding names, like you've got Atreides, the planet Arrakis, but then you've got really normal ass sounding names like Paul and Lady Jessica, and one dude's family name is Idaho. I think it's Jason Momoa's
Really?
character. Yeah. So
Okay,
that
hold a
weirded me out.
second. Now you kill it for me, Jason. I hate you because you tried to read from me. Aquaman is in the movie.
In the first one, not super. Actually, no. He has a pretty solid exit though.
Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna leave. You know, okay, there's specific actor. You know what? I need to see who's the casting director because probably I know him and he just tried to make me mad.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I bet you, because it is a star-studded cast. I bet all of them called their agents and said, "You get me on this fucking movie."
Or they work with the same agency, and that's really
E-
hard, but it happened in the past.
Either or, but like for example, most of the people in this movie, especially in the first one, were at the top at the time because like Josh Brolin's
Batista's in the movie, right?
yeah, Dave Bautista's in both movies.
You know what? I saw that, and I'm like, what? You know, in the preview, when oh, I'm a poor blah 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 blah, and I saw Batista, I go like, okay, it's getting there because you see, Batista is the kind of actor that nobody give anything for him, and he keeps proving everyone that he can act,
Yep.
and he worked his ass off. Again, I'm not saying the other ones didn't. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm talking about the Hollywood politics. Jason Momoa, uh, bro, I don't see acting. I see a handsome, masculine guy that he was so lucky to be buff and have his first character not to fucking talk in Game of Thrones.
He talked. He did. He talked.
It's not talking.
No, he just spoke Dothraki.
Yes, in the fourth episode.
To be fair, there are two episodes where he doesn't say a word. He just goes,
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Imagine how amazing it is that you are not a natural born talent. He works hard. Please, I'm not attacking no one directly. Everybody knows that I don't give a flying fuck. But what I'm saying is like I'm not attacking him directly. How lucky you are that you get selected to a role that you don't talk. And then because he's so successful because of the whole production, they make you a superhero. A superhero that is posing all the time, straight up. He doesn't show sensitivity, even if his family is dying. I mean, sorry, I don't like him as Aquaman. It's
I
like,
think
tell me
I
who
think
else is in the
he's I
movie.
I think he's honestly the only person who could have played Aquaman and made it even reasonably successful.
How? Arthur is
Who
blonde and
else
blue eyes.
who else is gonna play Aquaman and make it cool? Name me one other actor.
Okay, you know what? The next Superman is gonna be Latino, and his name is gonna say Jose Clark. And let's see how you think about that. When I see Aquaman, yeah, when I see Aquaman, not the right way it does, I just don't like it. Sorry, I just don't.
You know what's
I know
funny?
we
You know what's funny though,
okay.
honestly. So I did not like Aquaman the movie. I loved Jason Momoa as Aquaman in Justice League. Here's the thing though. I thought they were way too on the nose, particularly with the armor that he gets. Because I'm like, oh, that costume is so bright and fruity.
Yeah, no,
And
no,
I
no,
thought
I
I
get
thought
it.
I thought it looked bad. I thought his armor from Justice League was a way better choice. It made more sense. It actually looked like armor. It didn't look like a bodysuit. To me, it just made more sense for the character and the
But
aesthetic.
in the original, Arthur Blonde Blue Eyes, King of Atlantis, right?
Yeah,
With that orange green, it didn't look fruity. When you put a tough guy with
it
long
looked
hair and
fruity.
you put it looks fruity. It
No,
doesn't.
it,
I mean,
it
I mean,
it pretty well always looks fruity.
come on. Well, if you go
Dude,
to that every
it looks so fruity that when they did the Justice League cartoon, they didn't give him the orange part. A cartoon didn't give him that outfit because it was going to look so silly.
the TV show The Super Friends, everyone looked fruity then.
Yes, it was also the 60s.
It was the 70s,
Was it the
and yeah, of
70s?
course
I thought it was.
they're wearing their underpants over the pants, right? That's how fruity it is
That's how
because
you keep them clean.
no, that's because the wrestlers
Hey
used to
man,
do it like that.
Kryptonian skid marks are no laughing matter. Do you know what a dry cleaning bill in the bottle city of Candor runs? Yeah.
True, you don't have idea. If you were a Kryptonian, what do you think it would be your name?
I don't even it would depend on what house I was a member of.
I will be As of the House of Hole. sorry,
Her
sorry, that
ass.
just
Oh
no
no, it would be
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah,
Sorry, I went with the Asian name where the family name comes first.
yes, Mr. Chang. I just told him a joke, really good. It's really hard
Tell him
to
the joke.
say.
It's a good joke.
I know it's a joke, but I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so this is out of Dune talk, people. This is my favorite joke on earth. First of all, big shout out to Oscar Burgos, father, and Oscar Burgos' son. The son is my friend, drummer from an amazing band, and we're gonna get them here soon. But his dad is a huge comedian, and he got a character called the Garumo Dog. That is a dog. It's a guy dressed like a dog, but wait, he's always high on weed and drunk. So he's always doing like that. So anyway, he told this joke, and I saw it like 4 years ago, and I can't get over the joke. So a Chinese man decides to leave China, and he goes around the world getting wisdom. Travel to Europe, meet people. Travel to America, meets people. He goes from the east to the west, to the north to the south. Finally, as a mature man, understanding that there's more wisdom than the one that you can reach at home, he decides to go to the highest mountain in China to talk to the big monk. He goes traveling, he goes to the mountain, finally gets to the top of the mountain, and there it is, sitting down there and approaches and says, I got only one question after traveling the world. Master Chang, why every Chinese man look alike? And he replies, I'm not Master Chang.
You know what's right though? For a second there, you lapsed into a bit of a Trump thing, and now I want to hear Donald Trump tell the joke.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome because I'll be so racist.
There was a man. He was from China. He wanted to know everything, so he traveled the world. Went to Europe, talked to them. Went to America, talked to them. And finally, he decided, I can't learn anything else. I have to go back to China. So he went to the tallest mountain in China to talk to the famous monk. His name was Master Chen. Sounds kind of racist,
That what it was?
that's what it was. I didn't name him. His mother named him. So anyway, our traveler goes to the tallest mountain in China. Not Tibet, China. I know she's gonna be mad, but again, goes to the monk and says, Master Chen, I've learned so much. I went to America. I spoke to the president there. Really smart guy. Very smart guy. Taught me everything he knows. Gave me an autographed set of gold sneakers. I was able to hike up the mountain because of him. They're the best sneakers for hiking. But I only have one more question. And my question is this: why do all the people in China look the same? And then the monk looked at him in the eyes like this and said, I'm not Master Chang.
Oh, that's a clip, man. If that doesn't go viral, I'll retire. Don't. Oh my god, that's a racist, but it's so funny.
It's funny though because when you say it as Donald Trump, it becomes not racist because you're making fun of Donald Trump. That's the
Yeah, but it's
loophole. It's a
yeah,
loophole.
yeah. But in a way, it's an amazing joke.
That's a great joke.
So, like I say, Oscar Burgos' dad did it, and every time I listen to it, it's like I listened to the first time. It became my favorite joke of all times.
It's a
That's so
solid
stupid.
joke. It's a solid
Yeah.
joke. I'll tell you, this is the best joke in Planet that I've ever heard. And I actually
Okay.
overheard
Show me.
this joke. This joke wasn't told to me. I overheard the joke, and I think that's part of the reason why it was so funny. It was this old contractor. He came in my office, and at the time we had a girl that was working for us at kind of like the front, but she was a designer too. So I'm over in my corner doing my thing, and he's talking to her, and he's trying to look. He's like, yeah, a real old timer, and he's like, yeah, sorry, I can't really read this. Doctor said my visions. Doctor said, he said my doctor said the vision's the second thing to go. I can't remember what the first one was. And I hear this, and it takes because I don't know it's a joke. He's not setting it up as a joke. So I hear
Yeah.
this, it like processes in my brain for like a couple seconds, and then it hits me, and I lose my shit. I just start laughing hysterically, and the girl just didn't understand that it was a joke, and she didn't understand why I was laughing. And I told him, I said, "That's the funniest joke I've ever."
It's not bad. It's not Mr. Chan, but I get it.
Yours
I
is
get it.
a solid joke.
I
They're
mean, I
both
put a little
solid
bit of
jokes.
they're solid jokes, but Dune Talk. I hate the fucking name. Thank you, and I hate it. I love it. So again, I'm still not sold.
$1 billion idea. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool with a podcast.
Yeah, I can talk to Ryan. I don't think he's gonna want to be here, but if he's here, that will put some numbers to Toon Talk. If you promise never again to say Dune Talk,
if
he will
we
never do it.
if we could get Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool on our podcast, I don't know
I
what
get a
I'd do,
belt.
but I'd do
I
it.
get a belt.
You
I get
you
a
get a
belt.
fucking belt, you would. Dude, here's the thing. If you ever made that happen, you would win podcast of the year like that. Who else could
Got
say they got
10 years in
fucking
a row.
who the fuck
Okay, we're negotiating in front of people. If I get the original, the only one, Ryan Reynolds, in the podcast, at least 3 seconds to say hello,
as Deadpool?
like whatever he decides, but let's assume like that.
Yeah.
I would prefer hitting Green Lantern. That would be a great joke. But if I win podcast of the year 3 years in a row and I got three different belts,
Well, you'd have to win podcast of the year 3 times.
no, 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 no. I can ask him for 3 times. It's impossible.
No, I'm just saying, like you can't. I can't guarantee that. I guarantee you would
I
win podcast of the year for that year for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I
Not
don't
worth
know.
it.
No, not worth it. I can get Alexander here
Yeah,
and get the podcast.
but you should do that just for the ratings.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. I can send a text. I don't know if he's gonna answer. There's a long story that people don't know about it, and I'm not allowed to talk about a non-disclosure agreement. But let's say it's a possibility.
Oh, so you got caught outside of his house?
No, 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 not at all. Not at all.
You know,
Not at
that's not
all.
an autograph. That's a restraining order.
Oh, really? But
It's
I
kind
was
of an
wearing
autograph.
the long Velcro from Seinfeld. I didn't have anything underneath, but I got the Velcro long jacket. How do you call it? Coat.
Yeah, the trench coat.
Remember the trench coat from with Velcro that Seinfeld dad invented. You know what? I was thinking about something when I was watching Dune. When I started watching Dune, I thought about it. I go like, oh my god, I need to tell this to Jake because it got a fast reference from pop culture. And again, I just saw 7 minutes. I really my intention was watching it, but then I got a earlier meeting at the bank, and then because believe it or not, people, I work. It looks like I watch movies all day, and yes, but I work. So I got a client from the corporation that needed to review a contract, and believe it or not, I know how to read in English. Yeah, I don't just read subtitles. I actually even generate contracts. So it took me the whole day, and then I went to the bank. And let's be honest, it's well known that when I want to do something, I'll do it. And Timmy, really for little Timmy? Fuck no.
Ah,
You know what? I can even do Jason Momoa because I think in real life we could hang. We could be friends, joking to each other.
absolutely.
I could never be friends with Timothy. I'm like, dude. First of all, stop wearing girls' clothes, and then we can talk.
He didn't wear girls' clothes in Dune, though.
Well, no, because a character, it's not him.
Exactly. He's not Timothy Chalamet. He's Paul Atreides.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to want to see it just to get more destroying material against him, but not because of the movie itself. Please keep going. So after he's the rich prick son of the important guy that is
I would.
tasked his mom with.
So okay, so here, and this is part of the world building. So it's very, and this is why the first movie really, it was kind of a risk because I had read originally it was going to be a trilogy, which it is, but let me back up. So originally the studio planned to shoot parts one and two simultaneously, and because I guess some time passed, well, more time passes between then and part three, or at least their plans for part three. Um, as they were starting though, then the studio backed out and said, "No, you're going to do one." And then basically they said without saying, "We'll see what happens," because they were probably worried that people were going to find it boring. But you have to because the world building is essential for the Dune
And that
universe.
executive was totally right.
I agree. I don't think it was a bad decision. I really don't because let's. I get why you would shoot the Lord of the Rings in succession because it is technically all happening in the same roundabout span of time.
Roundabout Spain, yeah.
But Dune takes place over the course of literal years.
Do you know how long it actually was the walk from Covington Town to Mordor?
I don't remember the distance, but it's only a few
No, not the
months.
distance. No, sir.
Remind me how long because I can't remember.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm fucking it up, but I think it was 17 months. And we
Yes,
can
that
Google
sounds
it.
right. That sounds right.
That's a lot of. That's a year and a half.
Yeah,
Are you googling it, or you want me to Google it? Because he's
yeah.
seen what busy.
I'm looking it up. Oh no,
And I really think
around 6 months,
that's
and
what
that
it
ain't
says.
yeah,
What
and
is your
that
source? Because I remember
ency-
that in the book, really specific.
Encyclopedia of the Arda.
I don't know. Sounds like a sexual position.
I mean, I'm sure
Um,
it's in the appendices, but and this okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna read the actual entry.
you're gonna read it for
Yeah, but
everyone, or
it's
just
oh
for
okay,
yourself?
yeah. It started Frodo left the Shire on the evening of September 23rd, and on March 25th of the following year is when Smeagol fell into the fires of Mount Doom. So about 6 months. It's worth noting, though, that they spent about 2 months in Rivendell. So the actual journey was not 6 months of walking. In fact, there were a few stops along the way, like the month they spent in Lorien. They also spent more than a week paddling and drifting with the current in the boats of Galadriel and Celeborn gave them on the Anduin.
You're watching in the movie or in the book?
It's in the books. Now, this is very important, though. It's not entirely certain, but the dates are given in Shire reckoning. This matters because all 12 months of the Hobbit calendar have 30 days, which is why they talk about events on February 30th, like Frodo and Sam reaching the Dead
Mhm.
Marshes. And
Yeah,
yet,
it says that it's 120 miles. No, 420 miles.
oh yeah, you could totally.
Total is 13 miles. Yeah, what a great movie. Now that I missed to watch.
Yeah,
So what
it's
was the 16 years? Is from the book that Bilbo Baggins from the first adventure to Frodo is 16 years. So I got that number 16 in my head. I don't know from what it is.
16 or
Yeah, 1
60?
6. Uh,
Um,
I
that I
got
can't
that
remember.
in my head. So that's what doesn't bring me to Dune. We can talk about Lord of the Rings. We can even talk John Wick and have these multiple fan interesting facts that I haven't seen in Dune. If I'm gonna
Oh,
give it a try,
17. Well, okay, so this is
well, but she was
okay. No,
something
no,
around.
it was 17 years from when Bilbo leaves the Shire to when Frodo and Sam leave
So
with the ring.
17, not 16.
But that's
Yeah.
not between Bilbo's journey and giving Frodo the ring. That's between him giving Frodo the ring and Frodo and Sam leaving the
Oh
Shire.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Um,
Yeah, it's that's what I meant. Sorry.
it
After he
was
finished the adventure, after when he got the ring,
Bilbo had the ring for 60 years.
60,
60,
60.
60.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense because he gives Frodo the ring on his 111th birthday.
111 birthday. Yeah, I can
Birthday?
forget.
I didn't know Bilbo was Scottish now.
Well, actually, when you see him talking before he used the ring, he sound a little Scottish, a
Uh,
little bit. Thank you for being here in my 111th birthday. He said, I mean,
birthday.
of course I can do that, but I can do the R. So, okay, Dune, keep going.
So
I'm gonna watch it just to destroy it, but
you can't
I need
destroy it though.
it. That's what I want it to be good, so I actually get motivated to go and watch second one.
Well, because the whole thing is a lot like I'm assuming you like movies with political intrigue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
it's really
Dune.
hard that I don't like a movie.
Yeah,
Really hard.
Dune is all about political intrigue because to set the thing up at the time, the Hakenden. I'm sorry, I'm on a podcast. No, that's the fucking dog warriors from Japan. Jeez.
What are you talking to, Mr. Chang again? Come on.
No, not the Hakenden. That's the dog warriors.
You know what? I need to start using this slide better. I like this slide better. I got a meeting today, and the guy told me if I'm 54. I go like, what the hell is wrong with you? Obviously, we didn't move forward with the business.
Harkonnen. Okay, not the Hakenden. The Harkonnen are currently in charge of spice mining operations on the planet Arrakis. Now, what spice is, I'm sure you saw, but for those who may not know, spice is a substance that you can only get on Arrakis, and what it does is I had a TikToker say, basically, it makes people really good at math. It's not
Oh yeah,
entirely
yeah, yeah,
accurate.
yeah. The egg eyes at the beginning, bro. I laugh about it when
That's
he
not
says, "How
spice,
much?"
though.
No, no, no. But when he says again, remember I just watched that part, and the guy's like, "How much money?" I go like, a person like me, whoever that is listening to this podcast, what do you guys think when I see those eyes? Come on, who's giving him a blowjob? For God's sake, we're in a ceremony here.
I don't know.
Like it's going one, two, three, four. Blah, blah. Anyway, keep going.
But but spice is essentially it's a mind altering substance. It makes it possible to do the extremely advanced calculations that are required for interstellar travel in the Dune universe. So, but you
So
can
it's
only get it.
gas.
It's not gas. It makes it possible to do the navigational calculations. So without
So
spice,
it's how you call this, Adderall.
yeah, in a way.
Okay,
But
keep going.
so the Harkonnen are currently at the beginning of the Dune Part 1. They're the ones responsible for spice mining operations. However, for some reason, the Emperor decides to transfer that responsibility over to House Atreides, who are now, because of Imperial decree, which they accept it, but it's one of those things that's like, you're going to accept this or you're going to die. So they accept the responsibility. They have to uproot and move to Arrakis and basically fix the problem because there's a local population on planet Arrakis known as the
Is
Fairmen.
Arrakis or Iraqis?
Arrakis.
from Iraq.
No, they're not Iraqis, although
Although, keep going.
it's yeah.
Who wrote this?
Oh, damn it. The
Ah, I
movie or the
got
book?
you the book first. I got the movie, but who wrote the book?
Frank Herbert.
Do you know anything more about him?
Actually, I do. So Frank, this is so hilarious. So the conception of Dune happened because Frank Herbert got really into desert ecology.
Good, he didn't go got
And
into street
so,
bars.
but no, this is the same reason like Victor Hugo, for example, wrote Notre Dame de Paris because he wanted to teach people about the cathedral and motivate them to preserve the building. So there's a lot of parts of Notre Dame that are really just describing the beautiful architecture of the building. It's a really kind of boring read, honestly, because it's a lot more building and a lot less hunchback than people think. But
Okay.
I digress. So, but he crafts a story and originally wrote it in sections and published it in a sci-fi magazine, and then it was later collected and not necessarily rewritten, but everything was tied together better and it was novelized. Now there's a lot of
Okay.
novels, and then oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I'm looking that so because I don't want to be a jerk, right? It got two magnificent writers, but not my type of movie. Okay, and it has a magnificent writer, like top of the line, that he's one of my favorite writers, script writers ever. So I'm gonna start with the two that are magnificent. I'm not kidding. I'm not here kissing balls or butt, but John Spence. You might know him for Prometheus, Passengers, Doctor Strange. Of course, Zone 1, Zone 2, everybody made mistakes. They make the mummy, right?
Hey, the
But he's
mummy's
a
good.
really, the mummy.
The
Maybe
first
I'm
one, right?
mistaken. No, this is the Tom Cruise one.
Oh yeah, fuck that noise. That was terrible.
Thank you. Thank you. He did that screenplay. Then Denis Villeneuve, right? That he did Blade Runner, the new version, Arrival, Incendiaries. As you see, they have these special slow paced movies, but then whoever that put them together was a genius. Why? Because they get Eric Roth, that a lot of people might know him from Forrest Gump in 1994, and then Killers of the Flower Moon, The Insider in 1999, The Alienist was an executive producer. But I think I feel the movie slow. To be honest with you, I feel it.
The
There's a
first one,
trend.
the first one
No,
kind of is.
there's a trend of let's make it slow because it can become a cult. Let's make it deep. Let's make it hard. And no disrespect, people. There's a market for that, but it's, there's movies that I don't feel comfortable with. That. Imagine that if these two writers make Spider-Man, or what happened with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is not a bad movie for the effects and the emotional charge that we have because it's Doctor Strange. But it's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie because they want to make it mystical and dragging it about. And that doesn't work sometimes unless when you have huge worms coming out of the desert and you got Charlemagne doing and all those kind of things. Sometimes you need J.J. Abrams. You like it or not for those kind of movies.
I don't think it would work for Dune. I really don't, and the reason why, again, it
No,
goes
it
back
was
to
an
the world building.
example. It
No,
was
no,
an
no.
example.
I'm saying because I understand. I think there's a lot of people that would have said like, "Oh man, if Michael Bay had made this movie," which first of all, there's plenty of explosions. You didn't need Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Um, but the world building is what really makes Dune special because without the work that they set up in the first movie to set up all the parties and the conflicting interests and the frankly the lies that everybody's told, part one, and I normally hate it when they just do a setup movie.
Yeah.
But part two makes part one worth it because part one is not perfect, but without it and setting up I'm having a brain fart, setting up like the Bezenjeterit, the witches in the background and all their stuff and how they operate. Why would the Emperor, and like they know flat out they're giving the Atreides the spice mining operation because it opens them up to conflict with the Harkonnen, and it's pretty clear, but it becomes
Oh, so
like
it's the
fact.
third season of Voyagers from Star Trek. Why did you tell me that?
Not really,
Anyways,
but
not really, but okay.
oh,
I
and
want
but
to talk
this
about.
this will sell you on Dune Part Two though. Who's the guy who played Elvis in the newest Elvis movie that you liked?
I never said I like that movie. I
Oh, I
think
thought
that
you
made me
did.
throw up because it was. I like it because it was full of emotion. Austin Butler.
Yeah, he plays oh, I can't remember the guy's name, but basically like the heir to the Harkonnen throne in Dune Part 2, and he kills it. He
He
absolutely
kills
kills it. He
it. He
kills it.
suicides. You know how I feel about that expression.
No, but he kills the part, but he does die.
I know, but
But
okay.
but
I want
he
to talk about
stabs
this cast.
he stabs
Timothy
Timothy.
Chalamet. Okay, that's great. Rebecca Ferguson, I take my hat off. Attractive, correct, well studied, great. She's a really good actor. I barely know a story about Zendaya. Do you know where she's from? She's from Oakland.
Yeah.
I thought she was English.
No, not Zendaya. She's pure-blooded American.
Now
That's
I
why a
understand a
lot of
little.
people, me included, assume they assume that her name is
Assume,
pronounced
assume.
assume. No, they pronounce until I heard her say her name. I assumed it was Zendaya, but no, it's just Zendaya. She's like, it's real boring.
Zendaya. Right. Oscar Isaac. I mean, I love it. Jason Momoa. We make that. Stellan Skarsgård. He's really good, but for a reason, he's the evil guy in everything.
Well, when
The
you do
evil guy that
something
is not
well,
evil. No, no, he's really good. He's really good. I don't know Stephen McKinney Henderson. The picture is too far. Oh, I know. Okay, it's not Lady Bird. Yeah, fences. Yeah, not solid guy. Josh Brolin. How you can complain about that guy?
I'm not complaining about that guy.
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm talking about the cast.
Yeah,
I can't. If he wanna dress like Barney tomorrow and make a movie, I'll go and watch it. So
you
I
know
know he's
what?
gonna deliver a big purple guy perfectly.
But here's another $1 billion idea.
Thanos. I made a joke of Thanos.
Oh, right, yeah, fucking grimace balls on his chin. But actually, you want a movie that actually would work? If you did a biopic of
The
the guy who was in the Barney the dinosaur costume and Josh Brolin played him, I'd watch that movie.
yeah, of course. I'm not gonna spend my money on that. Javier Bardem, of course. We love Javier Bardem. It's good. Sharon Duncan Brewster. Oh my dear God, it's an amazing, amazing uh actress, Sharon Duncan. Did you saw her in The Swarm?
I don't
Her
think I
in
watched The
Mama?
Swarm.
She's the one sent one voice in The Bad Batch as well. And of course she's Senator Pamlo in Rogue One. So
Mm,
now the actor that plays Dr. Wellington Hugh, his name is Chang Chen. It's really hard not to laugh because of the joke, not because of him.
eh,
Dave
I'm
already
not.
talked about that.
Hey man, hey John Chen, why do Chinese
Hey,
people all
Chang
look
Chen.
alike? I'm not John Chen.
My name is Steven. Steven. I'm not Chang Chang. Anyway, so Dune, I'm gonna watch it because it's on Hulu, and I'm gonna give it a shot, man. But I don't know, man. When our lead actor is 5'2" and he looks
He's
like
not
that, it's not
five
my thing.
two.
How tall is he?
He's
How
probably
tall is
like
he?
5'7", 5'8".
Okay, 5'2", big difference.
Watch him be like 6. No, he's not 6'1".
Jason Momoa, he's like 6'2", right? Ah,
Let me see.
bullshit. It says that it's 5'10".
Bullshit. He's not 5'10".
Oh, well, wait, because Zendaya She's 5'11".
Yeah, man. He if that's accurate,
Well,
then yeah,
but you never know. But you never know. Tom Cruise always appear at 5'11", and he's 5'4".
he's 5'7". Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know what I don't like Charlemagne. Seriously, bro. It's not the hair. It's I don't have anything why I hate him, but for a reason I just don't like the guy. Well, now I saw him dressed just with a red scarf, dressed like as a woman in a red outfit, and yeah, that's what I don't like him. Is he dating Zendaya, or is it just
N-
for the movie?
just for the movie. Yeah, because Zendaya, I actually, so fun fact, I was actually corrected live on a podcast because I don't know, I can't remember where I read it, but I had read that Zendaya and Tom Holland had split,
Oh,
that Zendaya had cheated on him and gotten pregnant. And I
y-
got fooled by the internet. I did.
yeah. I bet you
Appar-
were fooled by the.
apparently they're still together as far as I know. Which,
Really? Do you want me to watch a movie with this
dude,
guy?
he's half French. What do you expect?
That doesn't matter. Look at this. How the hell do you want me to watch a movie with this guy?
Well, he doesn't wear that in the movie. You act like I'm selling it on Timothy Chalamet. I'm not.
Oh, you're totally. You're falling into my trap perfectly. Everybody knows that you are a fan of Little Timmy.
Actually, I
He's not
really
English. Oh, yeah, he's English. Yeah,
no, he's French. French American.
he's English, bro. Really? Are you totally sure? I think I just read that he was.
He
But
doesn't
I
have an
believe it.
English accent.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you, I got you. French American. So, what other movies Little Timmy has made that
Uh, he
actually
was
can sell me?
he was in Wonka. He did kind of a funny
Yeah, yeah,
bit.
yeah.
He did kind of a funny bit character part in Don't Look Up.
Call Me Your Name. He's in Call Me Your Name. Okay, maybe.
He was that white
And
rapper in the two SNL skits.
Don't Look Up. What character does he does in Don't Look Up?
He's one of the like punk kids that ends up getting in with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe I didn't recognize him there, so I kind of like him. Um, Cadillac, I never watched it. The King, I hated there. Hostiles, Lady Bird, I don't remember him on Lady Bird, to be honest with you. Now you realize that we already have three actors in that movie that they were on Lady Bird.
Yeah, but that's not uncommon. You and I both know that.
No, I'm talking about they having the same gig. Jordan Rodriguez. Anyway, I can go into the deep hole of rabbit hole of this. I don't know who tell him how to dress, man, but I mean, it's working for him, I guess.
He's French. You know how they are.
You remember what was his name in Talladega Nights?
I don't remember his name, but I know what you're talking.
Oh my god, I can't forget about that. My only job is to remember those things. You're in silence too much. What are you reading?
No, I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say
Oh, now
something constructive.
you see people how he blamed me for everything. You see
Well, I mean,
that?
to be fair, it is your fault.
It's my fault? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
But so Dune, like, so particularly in part two, though, because there's part two's kind of narrative through line is this, and it's really interesting how they do it. It doesn't come off as super preachy, but there's basically this narrative theme of is like is religion even valid, and if it is, at what point does it become exploitation? Because essentially it's revealed that the Ben and Gesserit have sort of created and perpetrated
Perpetrate.
the religion of the Fairmen. And and what I love about it is not all the Fairmen believe in this religion. So it's very accessible to like a modern day American because some of them are like the Dune equivalent of atheists. They're like, he's not the Messiah. He can do that because we taught him how to do that. He trained for 9 months how to do that. That's why he can do it. But then you have moments where, because, and the way Dune does magic is really cool because magic definitely exists, but it's not, it's so weird because it seems like a natural force, but they also don't totally explain how it works, which should be really annoying, but honestly, in Dune they make it work. Because like Ben and Gesserit magic exists. It's a thing they can do. Like, they have the voice, which is another thing that Star Wars stole. So the voice is something that they kind of half-ass explain. It's something that Ben and Gesserit can do. It's a certain tone in their voice that alters the human brain to basically compels them to obey whatever it was. Now, Lady Jessica, being a Bene Gesserit witch, is not supposed to teach Paul because Paul is a male. She was supposed to, on orders from her, I can't remember the actual title, but basically like the mother figure. She was told to have a daughter, but she disobeyed and had a son because the Bene Gesserit can control what they have. And she's also not
Hmm.
supposed to be training Paul, but then the Bene Gesserit find out she is training Paul, so then they're like, well, since you got a son, what?
I discovered something that probably, like, you know me, Jake. Come on. This is the way I'm going to sell Dune right now. Are you ready? Sorry, I interrupt you. Do you want to finish?
No, no, you're
So I'm
fine.
going to sell. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to all the people around. I just read something that makes me want to see it, not just because the vast culture that could have, but the adaptation that it was built. Because the original book, and this is not a religious matter, this is a knowledge matter. Dune maps almost perfectly into the messianism that dominated the first century of Judea.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it will be distinguished to say Dune is a simple science fiction New Testament. It's the New Testament adaptation. You see, that's how you sell a movie, Jake. Now,
I was
people
getting
religious,
there.
yeah,
I
get the fuck
literally
out of
just
here.
brought up the religion narrative through line.
For one, for one, Herbert is more ambiguous about whether Paul is the Messiah in a good made it so kind of way. Um, for some people, the lesson that gives them is that the colonization is a plague. That we see that in the New Testament as well.
Yeah, but
So
I think why it works with Dune so well is it's a lot more nuanced than that because, so, at one, again, major spoiler alert. Paul at one point in the movie in part 2, and he starts to realize it at the end of part 1. He realizes what Jessica and the Ben and Gesserit have done, and they've realized that they have set all this up for him to become the messianic figure to the Fairman. He
now I
understands
feel,
that.
for a second I was like really ready to watch it, and then when I see that the biblical language, pseudo biblical message is that Charlemagne is Jesus. Look,
Well, I don't.
remember how I met your mother? I can do it. There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
here's the, I think that's putting too fine a point on it because the only reason they would say that Paul Atreides is like Jesus is because Jesus is the Messiah to Christians. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I got that.
obviously, the Jewish people do not believe Jesus is the Messiah. They don't
And
believe that
now
the
I know
Messiah has
why
been
the
there yet.
1984 movie was bad.
The sci-fi one?
They, yeah, the movie, the original 1984, it was a bad movie because they ran out of budget, so they couldn't have money to finish the special effects.
I've seen the special effects, and while I fully am aware they were really good at the time, I just don't think they were capable of making this kind of movie back
Well,
then.
nowadays it's fantastic.
Yeah, it looked
Ricky,
and both movies look great.
yeah, yeah, I saw that. That don't have a. Just let me tell you, Jan Girard, Ricky Bobby. I remember Jan Girard,
I
Ricky
don't.
Bobby.
Wait, that wasn't John. That was, oh, that's the character's name. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, no,
because
the
that
Sarah
was
Bar.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Dune is in the best sell right now, and people are giving them a 9.
Well, and what I'm
So,
loving though is there's a lot of things on TikTok and social media where like people's girlfriends or wives are coming in dressed as Ben and Gesserit and then like using the voice and being like, well, it's like, give me chips and queso.
that's funny.
It's pretty good. And the other thing I'm seeing is a lot of people are like, the captions are like Paul doing anything, and it's somebody like eating a chip, and then I forget the other character's name, but like they cut to him, and it's like it is written because like six times during the damn movie, and Zendaya's character, Shawnee, I think her name is Shawnee.
Yeah.
She points out every time, except when he rides the worm, because that's just downright impressive. But again, he's been training for that.
I mean, I'm gonna give you the benefit of a doubt, and I'm gonna watch it because what I just read that and people know that I'm not religious, but I really respect when people are honest enough to get a good piece like George Lucas. He got something and adapted. And that's interesting. And we've been talking about this. Is the Bible or Shakespeare? Everybody adapt that. If you want to run with risks, we go to Plato, Platon or maybe Aristoteles, but it becomes more complicated because it's hard to understand a mind like that. But I mean, it doesn't it doesn't bother me if we see that. Okay, just sell it. Just sold
No,
it.
and it shouldn't, because honestly, one of the big reasons that people are inspired and write derivative material of the
Because
Bible and
Mr.
Shakespeare,
Chang is there. Sorry.
it's not Mr. Chang. But the reason they do it is because it's very accessible material. On a balance of probabilities, at least in the West, most people, even if they haven't read the Bible, they know the big stories. They like most people in the West know who Noah is, even though they may have never read the book of Genesis
Yeah.
before in their lives. Virtually everyone knows who Jesus is, even if they've never actually read the Bible.
You know what part about the book of Genesis I hate? When Phil Collins walk away. Sorry. That
Man,
was
he
good.
could,
That
and
was
man, he,
good. The Phil Collins remark and then the tutun tutun.
hey
That was
man,
good.
he could just feel it calling in the air that night.
There you go. I mean, he got the feeling, right?
And I mean, it
So
was a land of confusion, man.
I want to take a break just to congratulate my girlfriend. It's her birthday tomorrow. I don't know if you're watching this, but I love you and have a happy birthday.
Yeah,
And I
she's
will
not.
see you soon. No, no, I told her I was gonna say happy birthday, so probably she's here. You see, I haven't cursed a lot today, cause love is in the air. No, 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 no. Anyway, recommendations. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just an hour, guys. You know what? A lot of people told me what we don't do twice a week, an hour, and then I told them that it's such a big effort just to prepare for an hour.
Yeah, and then plus the fact too, I'll tell you the reason is because I do multiple other podcasts. That's why.
I thought the reason is you. I found a reason for me. Anyway, sorry, sorry, people. Anyway,
To
let
change
me just.
who I used to be.
You know what's fantastic?
What?
I gotta give it to these guys. Do you know that I scroll the social media trying to find inspiration to talk about, make fun of it or whatever. So I run to two things in social media. Sorry, I'm not doing the Dune talk, but it just came to my mind. The first one, I saw a video that says, "Are you sick not to making enough money being a director? Are you sick? We have the only way." And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But they say, "We will not charge you a penny of your negotiations until you make we close for the first deal with you." I go like, okay, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. With my information, they text me and say, "You ready for the meeting? Can we say some of your material?" Right, of course. And then I get to the meeting. I say, "Great. How long you been doing this?" And this guy, Anthony, he doesn't have idea that I'm just making a journalist research about his product, right? And after he introduced me about everything, yeah, if you don't like me and you're listening to this, or somebody feel upset, sue me. Contact David Silverman. Anyway, so the guy is totally misleading. At the end, he told me, you're going to take a course of 6 months, and after 6 months, we're going to teach you how to close a client. I told him, no, 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 no. You're selling that you will get the leads, get us the client, and we're going to split the profit. That's what you're selling. Oh, no, no, no. We're not going to take money from you, from your negotiations, because we're going to charge you for the course. It's like, dude, please, people, stop falling for these kind of advisors. You need to go to college several years to become advisor. That's one. And the one that cracked me up totally, are you ready? Instagram commercial. Are you ready to be the next big thing? Hubas tank. And the reason is you. The Hubas tank cover. Make a cover of first step. Make a cover of Hubas tank. Send, upload it. Send it to us, right? Are you ready to be the next good thing? At that point, they say the song will get a record label deal, we got a management. You're gonna go to open a show for Hoobastank. Something in the next big thing, I get it. But you know what the price is? You can even get $10,000 as a price. So that's not the big thing. Is yeah, but then I read, and if the $10,000 is divided into the first 5 places, they don't have anything but doing the song. But then you gotta pay to submit. I get it. Everyone is finding the way. There are more creative ways. You can just find a sponsor that pays for everything, so you do it for the bands and for the music. I know it's harder, I know it's tougher, and I know some bands deserve to pay because they suck, like the ex-members of Again and Forever. But we're not gonna talk about that. I know you're
We're
sad,
not.
but that's how life goes on.
We're not going to talk about that.
No, to be honest with you, it's like a leaf was taken from my shoulders.
Yeah, that's generally how it feels after something like that happens and it should have happened. You know what I mean?
I mean, but at the end of the day, the band goes on.
One
If you
man
lose the
band.
Who told you that I'm one man band? We already have replacement. What the hell are you talking about? One man band. We're a band. Let me tell you, Moby was a project or just a guy?
Well, I mean, you started out as just a guy.
I don't think so. You see them live? You see Moby live?
No.
He's not one band. Anyway,
Oh yeah, no,
anyway,
it's
I
fair.
decided to make Again and Forever a model agency, and I got the Zoolander thing. Sorry, I just saw the Zoolander
Hold
poster.
on, do the Timothy.
The Timothy is like, I just, I just, oh, I just, that probably Timothy's the size of my right arm, right? I mean,
Probably.
I gotta give it to him. I gotta give him to him. I don't know if it's genetics, but I could not hold 10 years of career not eating
I
food.
was gonna say, eat a fucking cheeseburger, dude. Eat
Dude, I'm
something.
pretty sure if he eats a hamburger, it's gonna be game over because if he goes once to in and out,
It's gonna go
he's out of
straight.
Hollywood.
He's gonna lose his like sickening cheeks looking thing.
I read something fantastic online. It was a post that somebody criticized Timothy Chalamet, and some guy said, "Oh, figure it out, man. You're just jealous because he's thin and beautiful, right?" It was another guy. You're just
Beautiful.
jealous. He's like, you don't understand all the money that he made with his last movie. And the guy replied, "You're totally right. Just for the record, Shrek sold more copies and made more money." That was fantastic, man. I laughed so much. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, I hope he keeps racing good. I couldn't have a job if I don't criticize people. So, have you seen Poor Things?
No, I have not.
Do you want to see it?
Not particularly, but if you tell me it's good, I will probably give it a shot.
No, actually, I haven't seen it. I was watching you because asking to see if you knew, because it's hard for me to see Emma Stone looking bad. They say
Yeah, that
that
is
she
odd.
does. Yeah, it's a little off, but that's a good challenge. It's good. I mean, uh, but anyway, I don't want to go into that. So, okay, you saw me in Dune 1. Now saw me in Dune 2. Nice kidding.
Well, that's the religious, which I really got into that. And you know, there's more action in part two. Um, the characters, since they established all the characters in part one, they don't have to do the legwork of the establishing in part two. But on the Harkonnen homeworld, I don't want to. I don't know how to accurately describe this. Just first, like, so the Harkonnen as a people are super duper pale, but they're not
Yeah.
white skinned. They're just very pale. But their sun is this really weird, like inverted black and white thing. So when they're in their planet's sunlight, their skin appears like white, but the insides of there's something about their sun, like the insides of their mouths are like black, and there's really harsh shadows. And it seems like I could be wrong, I could be misremembering, but it seems like white clothing turns black under their sun and vice
So
versa.
you're saying that a face of that race is like a Philadelphia butt and their asshole. It's white outside, but when they open, the hole is black.
Basically, yes.
Hmm.
But
Hello,
so
Philadelphia.
there's a scene that takes place on their homeworld, and it's so visually cool. I man, I loved it. I thought that it was sick. It was absolutely sick.
I really think it's becoming one of your favorite movies.
It's up there. I really liked it. I'm stoked for part three. I was ready. I was so ready for part two after part one ended. And man, halfway, not even halfway through part two, I'm like, I'm ready for part three. Let's go. Let's
So are
do
you
this.
saying it's better than Blades of Glory from 2007?
I mean, unequivocally, without a doubt, absolutely yes.
Sorry.
If you cut my
Yeah,
head
I
off,
mean,
I'll freaking kill you.
I'm gonna give it a shot. You saw it right, and obviously, understanding. I get it that the first one is the setup, right, to understand what's gonna happen. So
It's
it's a
not.
third part confirmed.
Yeah, yeah. It is confirmed. Now, here's the thing, though. I say the first movie is a setup, and it is, but it's not a bad setup movie. Like, you know how sometimes there are movies that are just the shits, but it's a setup movie. Like, it's obviously setting up. I'll be honest, I was not sure. I didn't know there was going to be a part two when I was watching the first one. But
Okay.
I started to realize it though after we're like 2 hours in, and I'm like, this story's nowhere near being over. Like,
Hmm.
I was afraid they were going to try to wrap it up really, really quick at the end, and I was like, oh
Yeah, and
no.
make it fast.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
don't do that, please. But they didn't, and then I clicked up. I was like, oh, there's going to be a part two. Okay, and then I was okay with it.
I hope I can overpass my irrational hate from Timmy. I just heard that he was in an interview, probably was with Jimmy Fallon or with Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know, that he said that meanwhile he was shooting the second part, he saw 11 times Top Gun.
I can believe that.
I mean, I will watch it too. And then the 12th time, he rent a movie theater and invite the whole cast to watch Top Gun with him.
And you hate
So
this
that
guy?
talks highly about, right? Yeah, I mean that makes me like him a little better. But I'm gonna ask you, he got a really good curly hair. But he doesn't have the Rico Suave thing. Look, my hair looks weird today. Sorry, I just saw it. Yes, people. What was the name of the? Oh my God, 1957, biggest sitcom in America. I Love Lucy. The husband, Ricky Ricardo. I
Oh,
got Ricky
yeah.
Ricardo today. Got Ricky.
Babalu.
Yeah. So, okay, my brother. The floor is yours. What is next?
Are we two recommendations yet?
No, I don't know. I mean, we could, but I'm ready for recommendations. I'm gonna recommend Dune 1 and Dune 2.
No,
and the
I'm
book. Thank you very
recommending
much.
Dune 2.
I'm kidding. I'm not recommending that piece of shit. I mean, no, I haven't watched them. I'm ready for you to give me your recommendations. You
All right.
start.
My movie recommendation, see Dune 2. Go to the theater and
Are
see
you
it.
serious?
I'm
Are you
serious.
serious?
I'm serious. Now,
You
now,
bitch.
asterisk, you have to have watched part one. Otherwise, you won't understand what in the flying fuck is going on.
Okay, okay. Fair enough. If you're gonna be like that, if you're gonna be like that, I can't believe that I got my recommendations here and they flew away. Okay, I found them. So, Jesus, I really lost my. I got my whole section, but let me see. Okay, movie. I got it. I got it. Movie. The Holdovers.
Oh, okay.
It's at Hulu. Paul Giamatti is fantastic. I get what Divine Joy Randolph got the Golden Globe. Listen to me. As much I don't not like Timothy Chalamet, this is the counterpart, and he's thin and good looking, whatever. Dominic Sisa. Remember that name? Is the lead character of this movie, The Holdovers. Is such well done. Even the filter that they use make you feel. Even the credits, how they're planned, make you feel in the 70s. It's a movie about reality without falling into the cliches, the Hollywood cliches. It's like a real life situation and how the life moves forward. And I love it. It gave me such a good feeling, make me feel inspired, believing there's something more to move, to go on. So I really like it. I really like it. So highly recommended the holdovers. The the catchphrase or the I forgot it, just blinked my mind. But the poster says discomfort and joy. That's the holdovers. From the director of Sideways and the Descendants, the holdovers. Of course, Alexander Payne has all my respect for everything that he might do. So anyway, that's my recommendation.
Alrighty. So my TV show recommendation is not Dune related, but they share one very important thing in common, and that their world building is exceptional. And particularly this one. This is a Star Trek series. It's my personal favorite. I mentioned it on the show before, but if you're new, you'll learn this for the first time. Star Trek Deep Space Nine is it. Some Trek fans just really hate it, but to me, if you say you hate Deep Space Nine, that tells me you haven't watched it. Because again, world building. It was a major shift for Star Trek because this was Next Generation was still airing, but the showrunners for Deep Space Nine wanted to do something completely different because they didn't want to just repeat, you know. So they decided to set this one in because Star Trek is episodic. It's a creature of the week sort of show because they're in a starship, they go to different planets, blah blah blah. This takes place for the most part in one location on a space station. So because of that, you become invested in the characters in a very different way. And not only is it taking place on a space station where the same people always are all the time, including civilians, non-Starfleet personnel, but it's a space station orbiting the planet Bajor, which has just won its independence from the Cardassian Empire, who are oddly similar to the
For the
Harkonians.
Kardashian Empire,
Cardassians,
I know.
spelled with a
I
C.
just like make fun
But
about
don't
that.
the first time I heard about Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I was like, I just imagined Gold Dukat and Garrick together. Totally
That's
happened.
funny.
Because I was exposed to the Cardassians before the Kardashians. But,
Of course.
and it's so freaking good. And there are things that happen in season one that play out in the last season. And I love long form narrative stories that episodic shows can be fun, but it's not my favorite kind of show. and the characters are great. There's not really a bad character in the bunch. Even the side characters, you start to love them. Like by the end of the series, Rom, the brother of Quark, Rom started out as a bit character who was actually not named, I think, until season 2 or 3, and he becomes an integral part of the cast by the end of the show because he's always there. And even his son
Yeah, it's
Nog,
always there.
yeah, and his son Nog becomes a central character, but Nog is first introduced in episode 1. And Nog goes through, you got to remember too, this is a show that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s. Nog, because the other thing it did is it shows the Federation literally at war, and not like in a glorious, like, oh, we believe the Klingons are cloaked out there. It's like, no, there's a 2-part episode. No, I think it's one episode where there's an actual, like, for Star Trek standards, it's a pretty gnarly battle sequence. Like, people are getting dropped, and there's actual pretty brutal fighting. Nog loses his leg and goes through a whole arc of PTSD, which you've never seen in Star Trek before, ever. And it shows you how he doesn't just come out the other side like in one episode. It's a journey, and he has to break down and explain why he cannot get past it because they give him a new leg, right? It's Star Trek, but it's still,
We can watch it.
what's that?
Where we can watch it, Deep Nine,
I believe it is only streaming on Paramount Plus currently.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, but
No,
it
that's
is
good. That's
all,
good.
yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I love to tell that to the audience because you know, just by the way, I made a mistake. The whole Dober season Peacock.
Ah,
Now I got one for you from Apple TV. Before I tell you, I'm gonna tell you the two lead characters, the two lead actors. Right? Are you ready? Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. Can't
oh,
get better
okay.
than that.
Well, I
Can't
mean,
get better than
you can, but it's not bad. Like,
you can't get better than that. But in my perception, right?
you
So the
absolutely
name
can
is
do better than that. Go on.
the, the well, you can do better than Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway as a
Y-
couple.
Yes, you absolutely can. But go on,
Who?
go on.
No, no. Who is better than Jared Leto to play a drama?
To play a
Honestly,
drummer?
in that spectrum of age.
I mean, you're putting me on the spot here, but there's
But that,
people.
no, no, no. Honestly, Jared Leto is one of a kind in many ways. But you see, the same way that yes, I hate Chalamet, I respect Jared Leto, right? In anything. Anyway,
We
and
we
Hathaway.
touched on Jared Leto being a bit of a
Oh
weirdo
yeah,
on
but
the last episode.
he's a weirdo, cool weirdo.
Hey,
He
Timothy,
was my friend for sure.
I'm just saying this. Timothy Chalamet, to my knowledge, never sent dead rats to his co-host. I'm a co-host,
That's good.
guest. It's not good. It's fucking weird, dude.
It's not weird. They put them in a position of
If
expression.
I'm
But
working
okay,
on a movie and my co-star sends me a dead rat, I'm gonna kick
what
him in the
movie
dick.
what movie was that?
Suicide Squad, and it was awful.
No, they were. He was trying to put them in a state of mind.
Ah, 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 ah,
Ha, ha,
ah,
ha.
ah.
Anyway, so like I say, Jared Leto and Hathaway, they do the life of Adam Newman and Rebecca Newman. The name of the show is We Crash. Is the story about WeWork, how they raised to $47 billion and how they fall. It's a fantastic. You know about the WeWork, right? Offices. WeWork offices that start opening in New York, and they're sharing spaces to work with a concept. But suddenly they raised $47 billion, and it's all the way that WeWork start expanding till they crash. Right? So highly recommended. Is amazing. The acting is really good. Of course, we have a over there's Brooke. Don't be. We have sorry, we got Anthony Edwards. We had like a Campbell Scott that maybe you recognize him, maybe you don't. We have Mr. Chang. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Mr. Chang. So we crash Apple TV. If you're an entrepreneur, If you like real life, it's really well adapted from the original. And see him act to get for. Just listen to these people. Anyone that has a business over there, a business idea, listen to me. He raised $47 billion to make it happen, just with his dream. COVID played a huge pattern in the fall of WeWork because people they were renting spaces. Nobody rents spaces, and you rent spaces of WeWork per month. But either way, so that's my recommendation of the TV show. Apple TV, We Crash. Instead of We Work, We Crash. Your last one, my friend.
Oh well, we're doing songs too, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so my music recommendation is Dune Part 2, but make
Oh
sure,
my God, you want to get a room with the director?
I mean a little bit.
Jesus Christ, you.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm not gay, but I mean,
But that's just a little sex between friends.
I my ex-father-in-law, who I actually do miss dearly because we had a great relationship. We would always Our favorite game to play with each other is to make inappropriate jokes and try to catch the other person off guard.
Thank you for put all that together fast
Yeah.
because the way that you were doing it, it was sounding weird. But
Well,
okay, thank you.
it got
Whew.
pretty it got pretty weird a couple
No,
of
I
times.
know, but see it from our perspective that we're listening to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm
But
not gay, but my dear father that I miss dearly, we have a special gay. Like, dude, hold on, just talk faster.
yeah, just keep it going. But one of the things he would okay, so this was around the Penn State controversy, and when I tell you like we had, and I'm not sorry because some of these jokes were gold, but this was around the time, and he was it's not a real story, but he was talking about how like one of his coaches got a little touchy feely, and he said, but I figured what's a tuggy between friends.
That's funny.
I fucking miss that guy. But anyway, so
Yeah.
my recommendation for music is watch Dune Part 2, but make sure you see it in Dolby, which I know you and I are theater snobs. F-
Indubitably?
I'll be honest with
Indubitably?
you.
You want to
In
hear it indubitably?
Indubitably? Oh, indubitably.
Do you
Um,
remember Spinal Tap? The girlfriend says, "Why we don't do it indubitably?" Sorry.
um, controversial statement. I don't really care for IMAX. I think it's all right, but
It's all right.
I much prefer Dolby.
The thing is with IMAX, you is people that are more visual, and you are visual, but you're you're more sound. And IMAX could be overwhelming if it's not specifically correct for the audience. Because for a reason that I don't understand, and probably I'm not supposed to say this because I've been working years about this. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, I do need to take care of the of the max to make it enjoyable. Yeah. So you want us to listen to the soundtrack?
Make sure you see it in Dolby.
I'm just gonna say something because you say soundtrack. My recommendation was something else. And this is in honor because they got released the new pictures of the version of The Crow from
Ooh,
2024.
yeah. Hmm. Oh, I know where you're
Rupert
going.
Rupert Sanders is the new director, and he's bringing Bill Skarsgård. That I don't know if you people know him, but he's Pennywise in It. Uh, that's the most famous thing of all, of course. He's gonna be playing the Crow. I think the adaptation so far with the pictures looks interesting.
Yeah,
I think that
a lot of people are shitting on it, and while I've seen the
well, that's
pictures,
the way the Crow that's the way the Crow's supposed to look nowadays.
that's exact. Yes, exactly. So it's like, yeah, but imagine because like when did the first Crow come out? Like 93?
93, yeah,
Yeah,
1992.
1992. Okay, so but imagine how fucked up that would have looked in 1992. But you
Yeah,
have
it
to
wouldn't work.
Yeah,
and it looked fucked up in that time how it looked.
yeah, exactly. Today, honestly, yeah, the Crow's gonna have a face tattoo or three.
Yeah, of course. This is what is the name of this singer that it has tattoo like that?
Are you
Post
talking about
Malone.
Takashi's Post Malone? Yeah, yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm talking Post Malone meets Peso Pluma with the haircut, and that's what the young people are consuming. So of course, it's gonna look like that. But in honor of these new pictures, I'm gonna recommend the soundtrack of The Crow, but the original one.
It's very
So just
good.
because you say soundtrack, it's really good. It's really good. I know that I mentioned it before, but I don't have. You know what? I'm gonna just add a little. Far Away So Close from 1996, the artistic movie. The soundtrack is fantastic, just because you say soundtrack. And I don't want to fall into the pianist or things like that. Um, do you know that movie?
What, the pianist?
No, Far Away So Close.
Oh, Far Away So Close. No.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's a collection of movies. We can talk about it in the next one because it's totally artistic thing. So and they're making a lot of adaptations. But the soundtrack from The Crow, are you gonna recommend us a book
I
or a weird thing to do?
A weird thing. So I
All right.
honestly can't. I honestly can't remember.
If you say "touch yourself" in front of a Timothy Chalamet poster, I'm gonna hang up.
Okay, hang on a second. No, I can't remember. Did I recommend? I can't remember if I recommended or talked about it. But Shane Gillis's latest stand-up, "Beautiful Dogs."
No, no, I haven't heard about it.
Oh my good! It's one of the funniest stand-ups I've ever seen. I laughed the entire way through. No
Okay.
crowd, well, very little crowd. No, actually, no crowd work. But Shane Gillis is the guy who does the killer Trump impression. And
Yeah,
that's not the last half of the stand up, but it's the last bit of it. He's talking about how, oh, did we lose you? Oh no, virus, we lost him. Where did he go? Don't go, virus. I wouldn't have gone. Hmm. Well, now that he's gone, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But anyway, so I will continue with the Shane Gillis stand up. So he's the guy, and actually on the latest episode of the Average Intelligence podcast, we were supposed to be talking about um what like how basically everyone assumes that my co-host and I on that podcast are pro Trump, even though we're really not. But it just ended up being us repeating Shane Gillis's stand up
sorry, I'm back.
periodically. No, you're fine. I was just informing everyone how on the last episode of Average Intelligence we were supposed to be talking about how everybody assumes that we're pro Trump, but it turned into us just quoting the Shane Gillis stand up.
That's
He's like, I
fantastic.
love it. He's like the best part of it, he's like, listen, I don't care if they arrest him, but you got to let Trump debate. He's like, you
Okay,
got to. He's like, because
okay,
Trump. He's like, Trump's the best. He's like, Abu Bakr al Baghdadi. He's dead. He died like a dog.
that's funny.
He started crying. We said, Abu, don't cry. Cry baby Abu. That's what we called him.
That's funny.
His
What is
Trump
the name
impression is
again?
Shane Gillis, Beautiful Dogs, and it's on Netflix. And the title sounds super random, but you'll understand when you get to the end because it's oh god, it's
Okay,
fucking fantastic.
all right. Sounds good. I'm gonna. My recommendation is crazy, man. It's crazy because it just happened that I run into the movie and it's called Underdogs. And it's weird. Let me tell you why. Because it's those days that you are changing the Apple TV and changing and you don't find anything. And suddenly you say, what the hell? And I watch Snoop Dogg training kids
Oh,
in a football game.
that sounds marvelous.
It sounds marvelous. It's Underdogs with double G. Underdogs, and the jokes are forced. The acting is awful. Obviously, he promotes selling the smoking weed all the time, but it got some moments that you're gonna laugh a lot, and
Oh
it's
yeah, I'm
worth it for
sure.
those moments. So it's the story of a retired football selfish prick that Jace Jennings. He's a retired football guy that he gets forced to become a coach. Well, to do community service, cleaning the park, and he sees these kids, and just to get laid with the mom of one of the kids, he becomes a coach. And in that part, he finds the way to redemption. But has two parts of the show that you go like, what? It's really funny. It was filmed 2 years ago. Just got released in Amazon in Prime Video. So if you don't want to go deep in and see our recommendations, if you're not ready to watch the movies that we recommend and just want to chill, man, Underdogs with Double G. That's my weird recommendation. Because in a normal way, I will never watch it.
Have you seen, I don't know if it's real or they just did it for the internet, but Snoop Dogg narrating a nature documentary?
Probably he didn't hide. I don't know.
It's it's hilarious.
You know, the Snoop Dogg PR, one of their PRs, because he got many PRs. I know her, and she told me, "Let me introduce you." And I asked her directly, "Is that true that if you're with him, at least you need to smoke weed at least once?" She told me, "Oh, that's a rule." I go like, "That you're not gonna be able to introduce me ever. If you say hello to him in a close space, not just hello, right? If you're gonna do a meet and greet, the first thing that you gotta do with him for him to trust you is to smoke weed." And that's super cool for him, but I got a headache. So
Yeah.
that would be
And
crazy.
I guess I'm never gonna meet Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, me neither. But thank you. Okay, you sold me Dune 1 and 2. Are you touching yourself, Jake?
No, I'm patting my dog, which sounds like touching myself.
It looks like this. You went like this.
Yeah, I know, I see it now. I'm actually just fucking around with my dog's tail,
Oh,
making
that's
her
funny
mad.
because I was caressing my mascot.
Dune Part 2, baby.
Oh my god, Timmy, Timmy, baby, Timmy.
Ah.
Uh disgusting. So
Hey man, just let's think about this. How epic is the South Park Dune parody gonna be?
it's gonna be fantastic, and
It's
hopefully we
gonna be
have a
great.
Family Guy one, like the Blue Harvest.
That would be solid. I would watch that. Because Blue Harvest was
I
great.
haven't seen, yeah, I haven't seen Blue Harvest in a long time. I don't want blue milk. Anyway, thank you. Today was a really different show.
Yeah, a little bit more specialized, but
Yeah,
trying
but I
something
like
new.
it. I'm gonna say that regardless of what people think, the Mr. Chan joke was better than Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
hands down.
But thank you. I don't know. I feel like we went too short, but it's almost time.
No. Or as the great 20th century philosopher Fred Durst would have said, hands up or hands down.
Look at you. I think that today we need to use a new goodbye. What do you think?
Chocolate starfish. I don't think we can show
No,
that on the internet.
I don't think we. I mean, we could, but we will get banned. What's the point? You know what? It will be really good if every time that we get a new guest, hopefully people can comment here. We send the guest drinks. So every time he answers a question, he takes a shot or she takes a shot.
Oh, they're gonna be lit.
I know.
This would be on the end and be like, and fuck to talk
I
2.0.
mean, I can do it for healthy reasons. You can do it because we'll lose control of the podcast. It's just for the guests to carry that burden.
I guess it depends on what they're drinking. There might be too many carbs.
Well, they can drink vodka,
There you
vodka
go.
shots, tequila shots.
Jesus.
That will be fun, though. That will be fun.
Yeah, it'll get a little dicey after more than a couple.
But it could be really fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to composing a new song that I'm gonna name it "I Hate You, Timmy." Go and fuck what is the name of the other guy? I really forgot.
Jason Momoa?
No, 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 no. Jason is not in that level. Bad Bunny.
Oh,
What is Bad Bunny's real name?
I don't know. It's probably actually I knew at one point. I just can't remember.
Yes, come on, Google it so I can
It's
play something before we go.
it's fucking. I know it sounded like oddly normal. It's Benito something. I thought
Ah, yeah, Benito. Benito,
Benito
come
Antonio
here.
Martinez Ocasio.
Shit, Benito with a long Latino name that nobody gives a fuck. Go and fuck yourself with Timothy a lot. Oh shit, you couldn't hear the piano, right? Because the
No,
sound blockers.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna call him Bamo, as in Bamo the fuck out of here.
All right, I'm gonna say goodbye with a joke. Are you ready? We got the leader of the Chinese mob in an airplane. In the same airplane, we got the leader of the Russian mob. Oh shit, how am I gonna translate that? Shit, it's impossible. Sorry.
Just
I'm
say it
gonna
in
leave you
Spanish.
hanging. No, because the audience not gonna understand it.
Although I do agree. I think
How you
ending
how
with a
you
joke.
translate huevos? You know the
Yeah,
valor
balls.
of balls. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have the Russian mob in the same leader of the Russian mob in the same yet, the Russian of the American mob, and the Russian of the Mexican mob. I mean the leader of the Mexican mob. They're in the same yet. And then the Russian guy says, "Give me a little Russian sound, like the voice,
Oh,
Tavarich."
oh. What did the leader of
What did
Russian
the?
mob say?
I'm gonna show you how is to have balls to rule a a country with crime. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Ivan, shoot yourself in the face. The bodyguard gets this, and everyone's like, And he's like, da. I'm gonna show you, and I'm not Mr. Chen. I'm gonna show you what is to have real balls to rule the crime in the world. Chen, jump from the plane. Chen opened the door. And we're like, the American, God damn it, motherfucker. For a reason, he's from Texas, right? God damn it. That's nothing. That's bullshit. That's BS. I'm going to show you what got real balls means. Jonathan. Jonathan arrives, right? I don't know what I say, Jonathan, but jump from the plane, and in the way down, you shoot yourself in the face. That's bullshit. He jumps. Then the Mexican is like, pendejos. I'm gonna show you what real balls mean. Antonio arrives. He's like, Tonio, shoot yourself in the balls. Antonio goes like, you go fuck yourself. You see? That's balls. Yeah, I mean, with you mess with the balls, right?
That's good.
Sorry.
I think a solid way to end the show from now on is with a joke. We'll alternate.
Yeah, yeah. That
We,
why can go all night just doing jokes, bro?
oh no, but I know
Because
some
all my material is translated by me in Spanish, so it's brand new for America, in a way.
exactly. And I
Like Mr. Chang. That's fantastic.
that's such a great joke. It's
Actually,
very good.
I don't know if Oscar Burgos' dad speak English, but Oscar Burgos Jr., the drummer, the son of he's a legend back in Mexico. He lives in LA. He's a drummer. So I'm gonna see if we can invite him and his dad. They have a podcast together
Oh,
that
okay.
what they do is they smoke weed together, father and son, and it's really funny. That's what they do, right? Because but if he speak English, I mean, you're gonna crack up all the time. He's like a super cool guy. He's probably 65, 68, the dad, but he got a body like a 30-year-old guy because he takes care of himself a lot, and he's married with a 25-year-old woman. Check this out. That's respect, bro.
Yeah,
His
that's
stepmom is younger than him. What the hell? You what's up? Anyway, I'm gonna tell him to join us for the next one. Hopefully
oh please.
he's around.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he's funny. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Do you have a joke for the audience?
No, I'll do mine next week.
Perfect. Thank you for being with us. Team Talk, please subscribe and share. Please, we need a couple of views and we will appreciate you because we do this because we are friends and we love each other, but we're great to share this with you people. So thank you very much. I gotta do it, man. Sorry, I gotta do it. It's a tradition now. Ready? Roll the